Welcome to the Magnaglide Air Opener Installation Guide. This video is provided as a supplement to the install guide. Please read all instructions prior to beginning installation. Use caution. Improper installation can cause injury or death.
Step 1. Install front mounting bracket. Lay the Magnaglide cylinder on a flat surface. Slide the front mount bracket onto the stud on either side of the cylinder. Fasten the front mounting bracket to the Magnaglide cylinder using a 3/4 inch lock washer and 3/4 inch nut. Tighten the nut securely.
Note: the cylinder is universal. Either end can be designated as the front or rear.
Step 2. Install rear ceiling mount bracket. Measure the distance from the top of your door torsion shaft to the ceiling. If the distance from the top of your door torsion shaft to the ceiling is 10 inches or less, proceed with option 1. If the distance from the top of your door torsion shaft to the ceiling is greater than 10 inches, skip option 1 and proceed with option 2. Option 1. Normal installation to a standard ceiling height. Slide the rear mounting bracket on the stud at the opposite end of the cylinder to which you install the front mounting bracket. You will use the mounting hole closest to the 90-degree bend in the bracket. Be sure to orient the bracket as shown. Fasten the bracket to the cylinder using a 3/4 inch lock washer and a 3/4 inch nut. Before tightening the nut, be sure that the flat 90-degree portion of the rear mounting bracket is parallel to the top of the front mounting bracket. Option 2, installation to a higher ceiling height. This would be higher than 10 inches. Fasten the rear mounting bracket to the rear extension bracket using two 3/8 inch carriage bolts, 3/8 inch lock washers, and 3/8 inch nuts. Slide the rear extension bracket onto the stud at the end of the Magnaglide cylinder. Note: you may use any of the holes except the very bottom one. Which hole to use will be determined by how far below the ceiling the cylinder will be mounted. Estimate the distance and choose the approximate hole to use. Fasten the bracket to the cylinder using a 3/4 inch lock washer and 3/4 inch nut. Before tightening the nut, be sure that the flat 90-degree portion of the rear mounting bracket is parallel with the top of the front mounting bracket. Step 3. Install pusher spring. Remove the gray plastic pusher knob, the 3/4 inch nut, and the 3/4 inch lock washer from the pusher cylinder. Slide the diameter pusher rod through the hole in the rear mounting bracket that is directly beneath the Magnaglide cylinder. Fasten the pusher cylinder to the rear mounting bracket using a 3/4 inch lock washer and 3/4 inch nut. Finish by threading the plastic pusher knob to the end of the pusher rod. Step 4. Install carriage bracket. Fasten the carriage bracket to the bottom of the carriage using 4 5/16 inch times 1.5 inch bolts and 5/16 inch lock washers. Step 5. Install air fittings. Insert the 3/8 inch straight air fitting into the threaded hole at the end of each cylinder. Step 6. Prepare door for opener install. Close the door and lock it down by using the slide lock, if installed, or by placing a vice grip on the door track just above one of the rollers. Measure the door opening width and mark the center of the opening on the header just above the torsion shaft. Note: on single center style doors, this mark should line up with the center stile. On doors with an even amount of center stiles, you may either install a support in the center of the top section, or you may offset the opener right or left so that it is in line with one of the stiles. Step 7. Mount opener to wall ceiling. Using 2 people, lift the opener and position the front mounting bracket on your center mark. Fasten the front mounting bracket to the wall using wood lags or concrete anchors. Note: the bottom of the front mounting bracket can be mounted anywhere from 1 inch to 6 inches above the shaft. Do not mount the front mounting bracket more than 6 inches above the shaft. Fasten the rear bracket to the ceiling using wood lags or concrete anchors. Be sure you do not force the cylinder to the ceiling and cause it to bend. The cylinder should remain relatively level after you fasten the rear bracket to the ceiling. Add the extension bracket or adjust the position of the cylinder in the extension bracket if necessary. Note:
An extension bracket or additional punched angle may be needed depending on your determination from step 2 and your overall ceiling height.
Step 8. Connect opener to the door. Mount the door connection bracket to the center stile of the door using the self-tapping screws. Align the top mounting hole of the bracket with the top pre-drilled hole in the center stile. Push the carriage all the way forward towards the door. Fasten the straight operator arm to the carriage bolt on the bottom of the opener. Be sure to use the end of the straight arm with a single hole. Fasten the arm to the center hole of the carriage bracket using a 3/8 inch times 1 1/4 inch bolt and 3/8 inch lock nut.
Attach J-arm to door carriage bracket using supplied pin.
Next, align the multiple hole sections of the J-arm to the holes in the straight arm. Adjust the J-arm so that the 90-degree J portion is aligned with any of the holes in the door connect bracket. Once you have all the mounting holes for the straight arm and the J-arm aligned and the door connect bracket is aligned, fasten the arms together using two 3/8 inch times 1 inch bolts, 3/8 inch lock washers, and 3/8 inch nuts. Finally, fasten the J-arm to the door connect bracket using a 3/8 inch times 1 1/2 inch bolt and 3/8 inch lock nut.
Note, extension arm may not be needed depending on distance from carriage bracket to door connect bracket.
Step 9. Install controls and the AIRLINE. Note, the following control instructions pertain only to installations with individual door control boxes. If installing multi-door control boxes or other non-standard control configurations, please consult the factory for more information and instructions relating to your exact installation. These instructions assume that the main AIRLINE has already been plumbed from the air compressor to either side of the door. Fasten the air regulator and any other accessories, air dryer, automatic oiler, to the main air inlet on the left side of your control box.
Note, it is important to install the regulator and any accessories in the correct order. Please see the different configurations and match your installation accordingly.
Mount the control box approximately 4 foot above the floor on the wall to which the main AIRLINE has been plumbed. Open the control box panel and run a 3/8 inch poly AIRLINE from top outlet port to the valve to the front air fitting in the Magnaglide cylinder. Run a second 3/8 inch AIRLINE from the bottom outlet port on the valve to the rear air fitting on the Magnaglide cylinder. Connect your main AIRLINE to the air fitting on the left side of the air regulator attached to the control box. Step 10. Install flow controls. Thread a brass flow control into each of the female threaded bushings on the left side of the control box. Note, for shipping, flow controls are generally packed in a separate, smaller cardboard box. This box will be packed in the larger box that the control boxes were shipped in. Loosen the round thumb screw on each flow control approximately 3/4 of the way out. Caution, when adjusting the initial air pressure, be sure all personnel and equipment are clear of the door. The door may open when air pressure is first added to the regulator. The regulator is shipped from the factory with adjustment knobs set to 0 psi. Step 11. Adjust air pressure and test opener. Increase the air pressure on the regulator by lifting up slightly on the top adjustment knob and turning the knob clockwise. Adjust the air pressure in the range of 40 to 80 psi. Run the door open and closed to test for smooth operation. Note, recommended closing speed is no more than 12 inches per second. To open the door faster, loosen the bottom flow control. To open the door slower, tighten the bottom flow control. To close the door faster, loosen the top flow control. To close the door slower, tighten the top flow control. Important: all control boxes supplied by Airlift Doors Incorporated require the use of a safety device to reverse the travel of the opener should the door opening become occupied by an obstruction. Only safety devices compatible with Airlift Doors controls may be used. Please note that without a compatible safety device installed, the opener will be unable to close. Thank you. That is the end of Magnaglide Install Guide.